times do you laugh during a day? Laughing at me already? If you had to rate yourself, do you laugh more than 20 times a day? Do you laugh less than 20 times a day? How much laughter is going on in your life? Okay, here's the next question for you. Take a little inventory of what's going on in your world. When was the last time you let yourself do something just for fun? Play is the word, I think they call it. How many times have you played this week? For many of you, I know that this kind of, it like makes me clench up a little bit, the idea of play, because I've got so much work to do. The idea of play can simply just make us uncomfortable. If that's you, go ahead and admit that. If you get uncomfortable with the word play because you got so much responsibility going on in your life. This is exactly what we are going to talk about today. As we become adults, we become very uncomfortable in the playfulness, in the silliness. Our inner child has been so greatly suppressed, and it's actually so important that we release this inner child in order to release our creativity and to really get down to business in creating this idea of the new earth, the 5D, of what it is that society is shifting into. We got to bring the inner child back out. So today, Coach Nick and I are going to help you with that exact thing. Welcome to the stage with me, this virtual stage, my good friend and partner, Coach Nick Pereira. Coach Nick teaches us not only how to create these businesses, but how to bring that spirit of playfulness and creativity into our everyday life. And he has some really powerful insights that he's going to be sharing with us today about that spirit of the child and how it can not only help us to play more and be more creative in our life, but it can help us to release resistance as well. So Coach Nick, thank you so much for joining me and making this a powerful time to hang out together.
Hey, thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate hanging out with you every single Friday. And if you caught the very, very beginning of the show, which I know like it takes a few seconds for people to join on, so you might have not caught it, but I was already cracking up because, you know, we've had a few technical challenges this morning. We've had a few things that we're already playing at. So it's actually the perfect, things work out perfectly and really set a nice mood for this show. So thank you so much, Emily. As you guys know, Emily is the founder and director here at the Akashic Academy. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of the vision. You know, we've got an amazing academy growing, and you're really the energy and spirit that's been, holding the space for everybody to come together. If you guys aren't part of the academy, definitely want to check it out. Emily does intuitive development every single Wednesday, and I teach mindful living every single Monday. What's really cool is, Emily, you really create a space for us to grow because we see your growth within the academy. I mean, you've been doing some channeling within the academy, which I know is a new phase for you, a new space for you. And you've really been vulnerable in your own growth. And it's really important that whoever you're taking mentorship for, whoever you're hanging out with, that they are being vulnerable in their journey so that it gives you the opportunity to be the same thing. And you really do that for me, and you do that for all of us at the Academy. So I appreciate hanging out with you every single Friday. Awesome, guys. So let's get into today's episode. We're going to be talking all about that inner play. So we want to hear from you. We've already got lots of comments coming in. Thank you so much. So Kelly says, love my inner child. Ho'oponopono. I can't really say that word. I know it's the Hawaiian thing. So ho'oponopono, everyone. So thank you so much, Kelly, for being here. And thank you guys so much for being here. Now we're going to get into some of our favorite comments from last week's episode. So if you want to see yourself in puppet version, it's becoming one of the most playful things in this show. It actually helps me bring out my inner child. Is every single Friday, me and Emily, we get on a call before we jump on this show, and we create puppets together, and we talk about the academy and other things that are going on in our lives and our business. You know, it's a really cool time that we spend together. And one of the things we do is we create our puppets out of our favorite episodes. So if you want to become a puppet version of yourself, then make sure you leave comments below. Be unique in your comments. Be playful in your comments. That way it stands out to us, and we will create you as a puppet. So we're going to go with our first puppet today. Our first puppet is coming from George Alberto Robleto II. I hope I got that all right. That's a really cool name, brother. And he said in our last episode, the spiral refused to go around my second chakra, then continued after 3 attempts. I will run through the 2 exercises again and continue to focus on my second chakra. And we did a really cool episode last week on sexual energy, how to transmute your sexual energy, how to use your sexual energy to create the life you want. And here is George in puppet form.
George, you've been puppetized, my friend.
Totally been puppetized. So you're a real intense guy, and I know you've done some amazing transformations. I know you've lost a bunch of weight and making some awesome changes in your life. You can really see it when I was flipping through your pictures and Facebook creeping you out. So I appreciate you playing along and allowing me to create you in puppet form. And there you go. Emily, who is your puppet this week?
My puppet this week is the one and only Bex Marie. And I actually can't see my screen, so I don't know. Can you guys see Bex? And you see her there? Got her good in the screen. Nick, you flash up exactly what she said. She talked about smoking and not smoking anymore.
Totally. Bex says, I can relate. I was a smoker for 12 years. I am now 5 years smoke-free.
What I love about this comment is it is showing and holding space for the rest of us to make really powerful changes. Things that sometimes smoking is one of them. It's an addiction that can take over so strongly that you feel like, I don't know how I could ever release that. Baby, this is the place where that kind of change is happening and going on. So I am so grateful that Bex was open to share that. And it holds space for all of us to be able to make really, really powerful transitions and changes in our life. So I love it. Thank you, Bexy girl.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bex. And thank you so much, George. And thank you, everybody, for leaving awesome comments. I know some people are saying, oh, my God, I love the puppets and it's puppet time. So thank you guys so much for allowing us the space to release our inner child. You know, I got to tell you, like, I really wasn't much of like a creative. I'm very creative in certain ways, but I wasn't an arts and crafts sort of person. So when we started creating the puppets, it really brought that out in me. And you know what? I really enjoy that time. I go to the dollar store and I'm like, ooh, I'm getting these little sticks. And I'm getting colorings. You know, I've gotten sharpeners and coloring pencils and stuff. So it's really cool. I appreciate doing that every week. All right, let's jump into the Academy news. So we got some really cool stuff coming up. First of all, this Sunday, April 1st, we are releasing Volume 3 or the third edition of the Akashic Magazine. We got 54 pages of metaphysical goodness for you. We've got all kinds of great stuff, everywhere from bhakti yoga to feng shui to different practices that you could implement in your own life. Guys, you can get this magazine for free. All you need to do is opt into our website. Emily will leave that, a little bit later this weekend. Just look out for the Academy, the Akashic Academy magazine coming out April 1st. It's Volume 3. Again, 54 pages. We got some amazing contributors inside of the Academy. So please get your copy, download it. We'll be reminding you that as the next month comes through. Also, this, Emily, is it this Saturday or is it Sunday? Can you remind me?
It's this Saturday.
Saturday Spirit Sessions?
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Both of the next things that we're announcing are happening tomorrow.
All right. So
it's a big day, and the Academy is showing up in a big way tomorrow.
Oh, love it. Fantastic. So we've got Spirit Sessions hosts, Love Fest for Education or Love Fest with Education. I can't read my own writing. I'm totally messing this up.
You wrote too childish. You should like
scribbling. Totally. Yeah, I was just like scribbling Love Fest. Look, here's the deal. Okay, what we've got going on is we got a fundraiser going on tomorrow. The hosts of Spirit Sessions, View of the Light, they are hosting and putting on this event right here on the Academy page. We are going to be raising money for education. All right, it's a super important subject, super important topic. We obviously want to spread light, and light can also be equated to knowledge. And we really want to help people get all over the world, get as much knowledge as they can so that they can live a fulfilling life and a great life. They can enjoy their experience here on planet Earth. So please tune in tomorrow for that fundraising event and contribute as much as you can. Oh, here we go. Bex, one of the leaders of the fundraiser is here. So she says the Akashic Academy Love Fest for Peace Through Education. Thank you so much, Bex. And thank you so much for your leadership, yourself, Teresa and Rhonda, who led that project and is leading that project. So make sure you guys connect tomorrow for their fundraiser event, and we'll be all contributing to that wonderful event. So thank you guys so much. And the last piece of news is Emily Harrison, our very founder and director, is going to be speaking live in person, live in Reno. She's going to be doing intuitive development for a group of people over at a yoga studio in Reno. And so if you happen to be in the local Reno area, in the Nevada area, if you are within 10 hours of that area, you can drive, you can do it. Go in, make yourself available. And if you happen to be local enough to Emily to go to that live event, go ahead. I'll also tell you that Emily is available to come to your town. So if you've got a place that you want Emily to come through and teach intuitive development there and run some workshops and do some speaking with you guys, then, reach out to the Academy and we can have Emily come out to you guys. We can, work on those arrangements to make that happen. So we are traveling around, getting out there into the world and bringing this information in a big, big way. All right, fantastic. That's what's coming up in Academy News. Emily, why don't you tell us about how we can release our inner child?
Let's do this. Let's dive on in. So the activation that I'm going to do in just a little bit, which I'm keeping secret from Nick, is going to really help us let that inner child rip. But first, let's talk a little bit about why it's so important that we release our inner child, because this is a very, very profound transition that we need to make. And I want to really impart to you guys why this is so important. Now, I don't know if you caught my interview with Brad Johnson last week, who was talking a lot about the fairy realm. He was talking a lot about inner earth. These are the ideas of fairy tales, right? These are the ideas that have been presented to us in Lord of the Rings. We see this very much in terms of thinking of child's play. But as we transition from this third dimensional reality up into the 5D, up into this idea of the new earth, where peace, love, joy are the baseline resonance of who we are, things are going to start looking a whole lot different than what we are used to here in our third dimensional reality. It's going to look a lot more like our dream time. It's going to look a lot more like defying the laws of gravity, the laws of physics as we know it. Things are really going to shift in a profound way. And as we become adults, our level of disbelief goes up really, really high. When I first started acting and I first started diving into the acting training, one of the phrases that was used a whole lot was, you have to learn to suspend your disbelief. And in order to get really attached to a character and to really allow that character to come through, you got to let your own bullshit indicator step to the side. Because let's say, that I was trying to play the role of an abused mother, and my bullshit indicator inside tells me, well, you're not really that person. And that subconscious programming would play against me being able to really allow a character to come through. It's the difference between when you see an acting performance and you feel like the person is acting and you feel like they're authentically that character. So as we move into this new essence of what we're going to experience here on the planet, we've got to release the bullshit indicator that tells us life looks this certain way. Okay, and kids are the brilliant example of how to dive into your imagination, how to create this new reality inside of your mind, how to stay present in every moment, how not to resist the things that are going on, how to not give your attention to the negative things that are happening in the world, and to actually build up that energy by giving it your attention. It's also really important in terms of what it is that we want to create and share. So many of us have really, really big dreams, really, really big goals and visions, but there's a bullshit indicator inside of us that says, yeah, you can't really accomplish that. And so we don't really accomplish that. We might try to accomplish that. And the word try, somebody told me a long time ago, like, just kick that out of your vocabulary. It's like standing and sitting at the same time. You can't try and do at the same time. So in order to facilitate this idea of creating these new things and bringing them out and making them a part of our world, the inner child has to come to the forefront. Okay? The inner child is happy. The inner child is playful. When we don't incorporate these things into our daily lives, there's no way that we can align to that idea of life being fun and happy and energetic and creative. I don't know how many of you guys feel like you have a list of responsibilities to do every day. I still get caught in it. One of the reasons why this is a great topic to talk about today is because this is what I need to work on as well. because I've got big goals, big dreams, big things that I want to accomplish. And unless I bring an essence of fun and lightness of being and laughter, there's no way I'm going to get those things accomplished. And there's no way people are going to want to walk with me while I'm accomplishing them. I'm not going to attract people into my vibration because I'm not going to be fun. So it's very, very important that we learn to bring this inner child back out. I also found in myself a very strong resistance to play for a long time. And I'm being perfectly honest and vulnerable here. After we had Jack, our first, we didn't know if we wanted to have other kids or not, because it was a lot of work, right? And we finally got to the point where we're like, all right, well, we have to have another one because Jack's constantly asking us to play with him. Like, he wants us to draw trains and do this and do this. And finally, I'm like, let's have another kid so he can play. They can play together, because I felt so uncomfortable playing. Like, it was so outside of what felt natural to me that I had to dive back in and really allow myself to get comfortable playing. And I began to recognize that as a society, we feel really, really resistant to play, the most of us. So it's really important that we dive back into that so that we can evolve to the next level that we need to get to. Coach Nick, what are your ideas and perceptions and wisdoms that you want to share about the importance of that inner child?
Yeah, you know what? Like the playful. I mean, me and you were having a conversation before we came here live and talked about. You were talking about the inner child, and you asked me about my meditation practice and how it's going, and I was saying my goal is to reach a state of non-resistance. And I really look at kids as already, they see our natural state is a state of non-resistance. Our natural state is a state of playfulness. When we are kids, playfulness doesn't have to look always like, drawing or creating in sort of an unwise way. Meaning, I don't think that bringing out your inner child means you should lose your adult wisdom. You should have wisdom, but it's your adult skepticism. It's your adult boringness. It's your adult, it's your adultness that we're talking about, that you want to just like let go of. You want to be wise, but be playful, and playful means creative. Like, think about children playing. I remember, okay, I just got this flashback in my mind. Okay, me, my buddy Danny, my buddy Emmanuel, we were in his basement. Okay. And we were like into some kind of fighting thing. I don't know what we were doing, but we would literally be like, dun, 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 dun. Like, we would create our own music, and there would be nothing around us, but we'd be like, bam, pow, boom. Oh, I just killed that guy, but this guy and that guy. And we'd be like jumping all over the place and doing kicks and blah, blah, blah. And then his mom would be like, come on, we'll come to eat. And we'd be literally like, bam, stop, pause, everybody pause. And we'd pause, we'd go eat. And then when we're done eating, we'd run back down to the basement, get back into our position and be like, go. And then we'd be like, boom. And we'd start like killing these imaginary bad guys and playful like that. And we used to run around the neighborhood with water guns, and we'd shoot each other with water guns. And we'd go bike riding. We'd do all this stuff. You see, non-resistant. There was no shyness. There was no, this is dumb. Oh, I'm too busy for this. I can't do it. It was just there, loving it, enjoying. We were having a blast, and we could care less what anybody thought of us. Because if I was to do that now, for sure, I would hear my own ego come up and be like, geez, Nick, you look weird. This is very strange. A grown man should not be kicking the air like this.
You were 17 when you were down there playing with Emmanuel, weren't you?
Guys, I to be honest, this was like yesterday, all right? But you know what? It's that ability to be playful again, and just to be there and to just have fun and let your imagination run with you and follow your imagination, because your imagination could take you to beautiful places. It's our realness of the world, our adultness, we'll call it, that really takes us away. Now, when it comes to your imagination, it is so important when it comes to creating the lifestyle you want. The mastery of great thinkers is they can see what doesn't already exist. You have to see the business that you want already existing and flourishing, and actually show gratitude just for it, even before it exists. You have to see your relationship as flourishing and connected and having fun within your relationships. You have to see your health being restored. You have to see your finances being repaired. You have to actually see this all in your mind's eye, because the cells in your body takes instructions from your mind's eye. So if you can only see the challenges. You can only see what is not right. You can only see the limitations. It means you lack imagination. And that is going to stop you from really living the life that you truly deserve. So bringing that kid-like spirit out is about allowing your imagination to run wild again and allowing yourself and the cells of your body to flow towards that picture easily and with grace.
That's beautiful. All right, you guys ready for the activation today? Are you ready to
My gosh, I am. She didn't tell me what it was because she said I wouldn't do it if I knew what it was.
So you've already kind of started to do it. You don't even realize that you're doing it. So
the
question I asked you guys was about how many times a day you laugh. Adults laugh on average 20 or less times a day. Kids on average laugh about 300 times a day. And I know, right? Laughter is not only amazing for bringing out the inner child, but it's a healing frequency as well. So we talk about different ways that we heal, and sound healing it is a very real thing. It's one of the most powerful ways that we can heal. Of course, 528 solfeggio scale, which a lot of you guys are familiar with, heals broken DNA. Like, this has been observed in scientific labs by genetic biophysicists to fuse layers of broken DNA. So sound healing is very real. It's very powerful. The frequency of laughter can break up negative energy in your life. So we're going to set an intention right now that we're going to use this laughter. And what we're going to do is I'm going to set a 1-minute timer on my computer here, and we are going to laugh out loud, belly laugh, letting it rip, everybody together for 1 minute. Okay, we are going to go into that meditation thing that I do with you guys every week. We're going to connect our column into Mother Earth, into Father Sky, bringing that energy in. Because when we do bring those energies in, the shifting, the healing becomes much more profound. We want to make sure that we're connected with the things that are here to support us. So we're going to go into that meditation first. We're going to laugh for 1 minute together. And then once we're done with the laughter, I want you to receive a message from your inner child, and I'm going to guide you through receiving that message. So I want everybody to set an intention right now that the laughter that we're going to do together is going to release our inner child. And the second part of that intention is that you're going to be open to receive a message from your inner child. Okay, so everybody take a nice deep breath in, focusing on that central column of light. And as you exhale, sending that column of light like roots of a tree, anchoring it deep into the earth, moving it all the way down until you hit that liquid crystalline core center of Mother Earth. All of that love and support. Good. And then focusing again on that column of light and sending it up into source energy. So it's going to move out the top of your head, all the way off of planet Earth, all the way through the cosmos, and all the way up through the layers of space and time. Anchoring into source energy, bringing that source energy down into your being. So now we've got the Mother Earth connection, Father Sky, in with your human being. So we've got that holy trinity of energy mixing here. All right, and now just setting an intention that this laughter that we're going to do is going to release that inner child. It's going to break up any areas where there's density or negative energy in our life, breaking it up. All right, everybody, take a nice deep breath in, and you just got to let it rip. Laugh like you've never laughed before. You ready?
My stomach actually hurts.
It's a good ab workout.
Totally.
Give it one more good laugh out. Let it load. You can let yourself settle down here. I know that's really, you really have to like let your ego.
I'm actually sweating.
All right. All right, now everybody close your eyes and I want you to go back inward. And your inner child is right there with you. Right now in these moments, you have released your inner child. And I want you now to receive a message from your inner child. What does your inner child need you to bring more of into your life? And it's going to be a very simple answer because children are simple, profound and simple. And I want you just to receive that message. And I want you to make a commitment to that inner child, that aspect of yourself right now, that you will make whatever that child told you important, and you will honor whatever that child is asking of you, even if it seems trivial. And then just let yourself come back. Yeah, we got a good ab workout there, didn't we? I see Bridget's comment up there on the screen. There are actually laugh clubs where people will get together and they'll do that for a solid hour. They'll sit in a circle together and just like let it rip because it heals so much dis-ease within our body. There are so many profound effects that happen when we allow ourselves to just be in that state. And then I also want to share with you guys some of the layers of healing that we just received. Whew, now I'm going to get emotional. From our inner child. So many of us as a child, we weren't listened to. And that's a big reason why the inner child begins to get suppressed as we're adults. So as you go back and you make a commitment to listen to your inner child, you are actually healing aspects of your childhood where you might have repressed things. You might have repressed your dreams, the things that were important to you because they were deemed silly by the adults around you. So giving that commitment to your inner child to listen and to make it important is healing things that we can't even fathom in this moment how powerful that healing is. So I invite you guys to bring your awareness over the next week of areas where you see that might be playing out in your life.
Awesome. Fantastic. You know, in the yogic tradition in India over the Ganges, right? In the morning, there will be kids lined up, yogis in training, who will do laughing yoga. And as the sun begins to rise, they will laugh at the sun. So as the sun rises, they will laugh. And it's like, and it was just what we were doing, right? They will laugh at the sky. They will laugh at the sun, and it releases such good feelings. I also want to address, so Naomi says, it's annoying to hear laughter. Sorry. And that, you know, and she was saying she doesn't like to laugh. And you know what? I appreciate you being honest with us and coming out on the show and just sharing where you're at. I'd also encourage you to see what triggers you about it. Yeah. Right. You know, you said you're a pagan. You said that you're, you know, obviously on the spiritual world. I'm a very happy person. I just don't like laughing and seeing too much. It's not seeing too much happiness. It annoys me so much. So fantastic. And I, again, appreciate you being honest. And this is a place where everybody can express themselves and be who they are. So it's great. But if you're getting annoyed at certain things, if you're getting triggered by certain things, I would invite you to explore that and see if maybe that's an area in your life that you could bring some love to, and you could bring some what we call bhakti or devotion to, some love to, and really open it up to allow yourself to a even more joyful experience. And my own experience and my own opinion, which is all it is there's no such thing as too much happiness. And personally, I love to see people around me happy because it puts me into a happy mood. And I think that the more happiness we share, the more love we share, that is our mission anyways here. So I do want to acknowledge you for those comments and thank you so much for leaving them. All right, fantastic. So Emily, do you have any final words or thoughts before we wrap up today's show?
I just want to share some personal meaning for me because you guys know that I'm very excited about the workshop that's happening, and I'm really proud of our girls tomorrow, who are women tomorrow, who have taken the initiative to create this first fundraiser and this philanthropic endeavor for the Academy. Because as I see the bigger vision of this Academy, I see us being able to give back to the community and to support in this way. I see this travel, this touring of being able to go live in places and share this message in a bigger platform. And both of these are examples of breaking through a barrier where it didn't exist at one point in time and now it does. So for me, I just want to bring awareness to that pattern that we're creating. I want to bring awareness to there is a point in time where you cross from one threshold into another. And it's not so much about this one event that I'm doing tomorrow. It's not so much about the event that the ladies are doing tomorrow. It's about crossing that threshold and bringing it into the physical. So I want to invite you guys to see the areas where you're crossing thresholds as well, and you're shifting things in your life. And it might be a small thing. It might just be like so far like a one-time thing that we've created, but recognize the pattern of the shift that's going on in your life.
Awesome, fantastic. Naomi is also asking, where can I donate? So Bex, if you maybe want to reach out, or Teresa want to reach out to Naomi and communicate with her about where she can leave a donation. And guys, if you feel compelled to leave a donation to this cause, I do encourage you to do it. I would say, as we wrap up today, also, if you are not a member of the Akashic Academy, I truly invite you to join us over at the Akashic Academy. You get 8 workshops every week. Every single Monday, I teach mindful living. Every single Wednesday, Emily is teaching intuitive development. Plus, we do new moon and full moon ceremonies to help you line up with the energies of the cosmos. Also, the other thing is that we're starting to add more things to the Academy. We've got a brand new website that's going to be launched out, a whole new infrastructure that all of our current Academy members, they're going to be able to take advantage of that. So the Academy is growing in leaps and bounds. We started off in less than a year. As you guys can see, we have over 5,000 people on this page and continues to grow every single week. We've got over 80 members inside of the Academy, and every single week we've got new people joining us. This is a blessed organization because it is truly something different. We are building right into the organization diversity. So we are teaching yoga, we are teaching the records, we are teaching Reiki, we are teaching different modalities. We are willing to explore spirituality at all different levels in all different ways. So if that sounds like something that you want to be part of, we're also creating an opportunity, which is going to be launched out as well over the next few months, where you're going to be able to actually join the Academy and be able to promote the Academy and also create a financial finances from it. Meaning, unlike other different schools out there that just hoard the finances for themselves, and I'm not knocking them, I'm lacking the words of how to describe it. What we're doing is we're creating an opportunity for all of our students to also promote the Academy and create some passive income, create some income for yourself by your own spiritual growth. So we're truly looking to create a new model. The new world, the new earth is about creating a new model. It's about creating a new way to distribute resources, money being one of those resources. And so the Academy is looking to really be a leader in that. And if you feel compelled to do so, I invite you to join the Academy. It's $11.11 to join. Just reach out to the Academy page. Just send us a message, say, hey, I'd like to join, or I'd like some more information. And Emily or myself or somebody in the Academy will get in touch with you to help you get started. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for laughing with us. Thank you for doing your releasing your inner child. Take that energy, go throughout the day. Emily, who's coming up tomorrow on the Akashic Academy?
So tomorrow we've got the big event happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time. There is a silent auction that's been going on all week. The ladies are going to come on and explain more about the group that they're supporting. Rhonda has a personal connection with this lady who is helping the children get the educational needs and the things that they need. And then Sunday is a big day as well, because Sunday we've got 3 different shows that air on the Academy. We've got the Spirit Sessions ladies. We have Kathy Hoymeyer, who does Nourishing Your Multidimensional Self. And then we have Janelle Cameron, who gives us the weekly energetic forecast with her Cosmic Ascension report.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, guys.
There's the moon event. Sorry, I just saw
yeah.
that there. Yeah, tomorrow inside the Akashic Academy, we will be doing a full blue moon ceremony for you guys, and I will be announcing the time later on today.
Oh, wonderful. Fantastic, guys. So thank you guys so much for being part of our community. And we will see you next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic week.